Welcome to the John and Heidi Show podcast.
John and Heidi.
Here's John and Heidi.
Today is a special day, Heidi. Do you know what today is?
What is today, John?
I thought you would never ask. It is Friday, the 25th day of June. Today is National Strawberry Parfait Day.
Everybody likes parfaits.
I knew you were going to say that. I was going to actually have written down over here. Also, National Catfish Day, National Leon Day, and National Take Your Dog to Work Day.
National Leon
Yeah,
Day.
National. Come on, Heidi. Everybody knows that. National Leon Day, and then it's National Take Your Dog to Work Day, and we have taken our dog to work quite a bit.
To work often.
Not always, because, there's sometimes she's kind of noisy and stuff. She's a puppy and all. National Leon Day, by the way, is 6 months before Christmas. It is the reverse of Noel. So, for those of you wondering.
Okay. I did not know where that was coming from.
We were exactly 6 months from Christmas, and it's our daughter's birthday today.
20
Holy
years
cow.
old.
I know. Man, we're getting old. Hey, I got a guest today as well. Gordon Javna. He has a series of books that I've read many of them. Uncle John's Bathroom Raiders.
Yes, you have.
I'm probably more excited than I should be to visit with Gordon. It's coming up in a bit.
Addiction. It's not a pretty thing. Addiction can lead to many problems in your life. Addiction can drive away those who love you the most. And addiction can lead to the loss of jobs, relationships, and even your life. Don't let addiction tear your life apart anymore. Get the help you need to defeat addiction and put the pieces back together in your life. Learn more at timeforrehab.com. They want to help. Timeforrehab.com. That's timeforrehab.com.
Now, surveys and studies and such brought to you by BetterCreditCards.com. Researchers at the University of Colorado Boulder claim to have found the optimal way to pay off student loans.
Okay.
They say your best option is to pay off the debt as soon as possible, and you save a lot of money on interest.
Oh, of course.
Who did this study?
That
Did
didn't
they
need a
seriously
study.
have to think twice about that? Oh, my goodness. A new survey of 2,000 Americans show that 2 in 5 adults say they are completely lost when it comes to managing their finances. Would you say you're one of those?
No.
Are you lost? I wouldn't say we're lost. We're like, oh, okay, let's see. You add all this up, and it never is enough.
This is true.
Research also found that millennials between 25 and 34 are the most likely to say they fake it till they make it when it comes to managing their money. So there you go. Surveys and studies and such brought to you by BetterCreditCards.com.
Do you have a credit card? We'd like to help you get a better credit card. If you don't have any credit cards, we'd like to help you too. At BetterCreditCards.com, we have credit cards that offer different things for different people. Some cards offer points. Some cards are designed to help you build your credit. BetterCreditCards.com wants to help you get a better credit card, no matter what you're looking for. See if we can help you find a better credit card at BetterCreditCards.com. That's BetterCreditCards.com.
This is your Brain on Drugs, brought to you by timeforrehab.com. A man in Texas literally asked the game warden that pulled him over for driving erratically. He's like, hey, can you hold my beer?
Oh, wow.
Yeah, you don't do that.
Wow.
He was driving intoxicated, gave one of the 2 arresting officers his beer to hold while he was going to fill out his paperwork. Traffic report occurred when a man in a truck was driving on the wrong side of the road. Then he cut off the officers, then got back into the right lane and waved to the officers and the patrol
Oh, my gosh.
to go around him. He's like, yeah, just go around, go around. That did not work, by the way.
gosh.
They did not go around. They stopped him. They noticed he was unable to turn down his music on the radio. He struggled to tell them what he'd been doing. Then he took a drink of his beer and then handed it to the warden. His speech was slurred. His coordination was not too good.
Wow.
Sobriety test? Yeah, he failed that. He was intoxicated.
I suppose if you know you're going down anyway, you might as well make a story out of it.
You just don't do any of that, though. It's all a bad idea. That is what happens when your brain is on drugs.
John and Heidi.
Now, big screen, little screen, brought to you by ChannelSurferTV.com. Alec and Hilaria Baldwin. Am I saying her name right?
I think so.
Okay, they're launching a podcast about mental health. Don't laugh. Heidi, don't laugh.
I'm not.
I saw you. You look like you're going to really laugh over there. I don't think that would be very nice. The actor who played Gunther on Friends has revealed that he has prostate cancer. That's too bad.
Oh, that is too bad.
And Chrissy Teigen is back in the news. She recently stated that she's, quote, good. How are you doing there, Chrissy? Good.
I'm good.
They asked her, how are you coping with the backlash of your cyberbullying scandal? She goes, oh, I'm good.
Uh-huh.
And then she trashed the person. No, I'm just kidding. She didn't do that. But it sounds like she's
She's not a very nice person.
Yeah, from this, it's if it was one person saying that, you could go, okay, there's two sides to every story. But when there's like 7 people going,
exactly,
yeah, and then you see some of the things that she's done online. I don't know, that's bad. Just be nice to one another. That's a good bit of advice.
Good advice, John.
Yeah. Big screen, little screen. Brought to you by ChannelSurferTV.com.
At WeirdGiftOfTheDay.com, we help you get ready for all the fun holidays throughout the year with fun, silly, and just plain weird gift ideas for your friends. If you have a friend who has a bizarre sense of humor, we've got a gift for them. WeirdGiftOfTheDay.com posts a link to something that will make you smile each and every day. Whether you buy these weird gifts or not, it's worth checking out just for a smile. WeirdGiftOfTheDay.com. That's WeirdGiftOfTheDay.com.
Now your scoop of the day comes your way courtesy of RadioSavings.com. A Ukraine couple that went viral after handcuffing themselves together for 123 days.
Right.
Remember that? We talked about them?
I do.
This happened back around Valentine's Day. They're like, hey, I got an idea. We should handcuff each other to each other for 123 days. And they're like, okay, we'll become famous around the world. And guess what happened, Heidi?
What happened?
They're getting divorced. That was really, it's too bad.
I did not see that
coming. The last
coming.
4 months, working together, sleeping together, eating together, even going to use a restroom together, handcuffed together.
Yikes.
And I got to tell you, I'm not far behind them with this gorgeous woman next to me here. We're not handcuffed together.
Oh, no.
But on this list here, last 4 months, working together, yes.
Yes.
Sleeping together, yes. Eating together, yes. Going to the bathroom together, okay.
No.
Typically no on that. Thank goodness.
No.
But there's been
you gotta
times
draw the line somewhere.
she's walked in while I'm in there. We are married, so that's not super weird, but still not a fan. New York City's Madison Square Garden welcomed fans back at full capacity for the first time since the beginning of the pandemic. So had a little concert there, and some folks were pretty darn happy to be there. A video from the Oregon Zoo has gone viral. It shows the long-awaited hatching of a baby California condor. Aww. Just love the babies. Heidi's probably bought that baby a gift.
I like to buy baby gifts.
She does. She actually
really
has... In our house right now, if I went to a certain room, I would be able to dig through and find all kinds of gifts, baby clothes, for babies that have yet to be born, and we don't even know who they are. As soon as they're born,
True.
like somebody will say, oh, hey, so-and-so had a baby, and Heidi will disappear for 3 minutes. She'll come back up. I'm like, what's that? It's a gift. It's a baby gift. I'm like, you should really stop doing that. And according to a new report, New York City is lagging behind other cities around the country and getting staffers to ditch working from home and get back to the office. Here's my take on that. Why make them come back to the office? If it's working from home, if that is working, let them keep doing it. I just don't get that.
Well, it might be working for the employee, but maybe it's not working for the company. And they're saying we need to get
There's a
back
lot of
to
companies that were really
business as
happy
usual.
that they liked it that way. But who knows? It's your scoop of the day, brought to you by RadioSavings.com.
Early to bed, early to rise makes you healthy, wealthy, and wise. This is a great quote from Benjamin Franklin. At InsuranceChicken.com, we know a thing or two about great quotes. We help people get great insurance quotes every day. It's super simple and free to find out if we can make you healthy, wealthy, and wise. Okay, I can't guarantee that, but I can assure you we'd love to help at InsuranceChicken.com. We want to help you peck out great deals on insurance. That's InsuranceChicken.com.
Thanks for listening to the John and Heidi Show. We have Gordon Javna joining us. He's one of the creators of Uncle John's Bathroom Reader. How many of these have you guys done now?
Well, this is our 33rd annual edition, and we have many sort of offshoots, done many offshoots over the years. So how many books are there? I don't know.
There's a bunch.
30, 40, the 30, 60, 70, I don't know, something like that.
And I asked you ahead of time, I said, your name is Gordon. Why is it Uncle John's? But your brother John, you guys started this together. I am also a John, so my nephews, my nieces, many times have gotten me Uncle John's Bathroom Readers as a gift. And I love them. I'll probably get another one for Christmas this year, but that's awesome. I love them.
Yeah, well, thank you. Yeah, and that's a story I've heard frequently over the years. People do get them as sort of gag gifts for one reason or another. Maybe your name is John, but also people get them because, they know somebody in the family who spends a little too much time in the bathroom, and they think this is a funny gift. But then the whole family becomes addicted to the trivia, and just like us. That's how my brother and I came up with the idea. Actually, it was John's idea. He's just had this idea of a bathroom reader because everybody in our family except Mom read in the bathroom, and we love trivia. Our favorite things to read in the bathroom were comic books and the encyclopedia, if you can believe that. And that's how Uncle John's Bathroom started back in the 1980s. And we always think we're going to run out of things to write about, but we never do. It's a big world, and there's always fun things to learn and to read about.
And these books are filled with all kinds of fun facts and trivial little things. And if somebody's going to go on a game show, they would probably win if they read all of these.
We do. And interestingly, one of our writers did go on Jeopardy once and lost.
Oh.
He lost on a really easy question, too.
Oh, no.
So that's the pressure of being on TV. But yeah, and we wrote about it in one of our books. We wrote about his experience and what the swag that you get backstage from, he has a photo of himself with Alex Trebek and so on.
That's awesome. So when you roll out a new book, what does that process even look like?
Yeah, well, we have a bunch of writers, and they've all been with us for years, and so it takes less time for them than it would take for others to gather all this information. Because we're always looking for cool stories. We read newspapers and magazines, and of course surf the web all the time. But you hear somebody will say, "Oh, did you know?" And your ears perk up, and you make notes. So everybody who writes for Uncle John's Bathroom keeps a very long list going, and some of these articles take years to collect information for, and some of them just come out of, you get an idea and you can develop it very quickly. Lists and things like that are pretty quick to but other things take a very long time to do. So we're always working like 3-4 books ahead.
Now you've got thousands of facts in all of these books. Have you ever had something that turned out to be wrong?
Oh yeah, no, of course. It's impossible, and especially in the old days when all of our research was done with books and magazines. People can publish anything, and it looks like it's true. I guess that happens on the internet too. When the internet started to become available, we were careful not to use sources like Wikipedia and so on, because anybody could put anything on there, and you never know if it's true. But over the years, there's lots of things that we've said. This is true, and it turns out, it's not so true after all.
Well, it's called Uncle John's Bathroom Reader and the Bathroom Readers Institute, and I want to make sure everybody knows you can read these in other rooms too, right?
Yes. In fact, my brother just recently bought a house, and he asked me to look at it with him, and before he actually purchased it. And we walked through, and the guy's got a stack of Uncle John's Bathroom Readers next to his nightstand, and then next to his bed. And I said, "Oh, you like those books?" And he said, "I read them every night. Put me right to sleep." So that's a left-handed compliment, but...
Well, Gordon, thank you so much for your time today.
Yeah. Thank you for having me on your show, and you're welcome for making your world better if I've done that. And if you just had a moment of enjoyment, that's good for me.
Absolutely, and more than one moment, many moments. Again, Gordon Javna. They've got the Uncle John Bathroom Readers, and there's a brand new edition out right now. It's called Greatest Known on Earth. I've got a link to it in the show notes for today at johnandheidishow.com.
Addiction. It's not a pretty thing. Addiction can lead to many problems in your life. Addiction can drive away those who love you the most. And addiction can lead to the loss of jobs, relationships, and even your life. Don't let addiction tear your life apart anymore. Get the help you need to defeat addiction and put the pieces back together in your life. Learn more at timeforrehab.com. They want to help. Timeforrehab.com. That's timeforrehab.com.
Fun fact for you, Heidi.
What's that, John?
Scotty from Star Trek stormed the beach at Normandy. The actor, James Doohan, best known for playing Morgan Scotty Scott
Really?
on the original Star Trek series. He served in World War II with the 3rd Canadian Infantry Division. As a commissioned lieutenant, he led his troops up a mile-strewn Juno Beach as part of the Allied Forces D-Day invasion. Later in the day, he was wounded by friendly fire that caused the amputation of a middle finger on his right hand.
Wow.
Might not have noticed it because during his time on Star Trek, directors did the best they could to avoid showing the injury on screen. How cool is that? I didn't know any of
cool.
that.
I didn't know that either.
I always thought he seemed cool anyway, but now it's like, oh, super cool. Beam me up, Scotty. You know, they never said that on Star Trek. Never
Really?
once. Never once. No, that's just a thing we say, but they never said it on Star Trek. Today, you got a couple of fun facts. Now you know. Thanks for listening to the John and Heidi Show.
Do you have a credit card? We'd like to help you get a better credit card. If you don't have any credit cards, we'd like to help you too. At bettercreditcards.com, we have credit cards that offer different things for different people. Some cards offer points. Some cards are designed to help you build your credit. Bettercreditcards.com wants to help you get a better credit card, no matter what you're looking for. See if we can help you find a better credit card at bettercreditcards.com. That's bettercreditcards.com.
Now, RadioTravelGroup.com presents a news headline from somewhere in this world. Dateline England. An artist in England has created what he calls Mount Recyclemore, a sculpture of the G7 leaders' faces created from broken electronics. So it's kind of an interesting idea. You know, take a bunch of broken electronics and turn it into art. That's cool. Well, I mean, what else are you going to do with it?
I don't know.
People recycle that, but there's some things that can't be recycled. So if you can take the rest and do something like this, that's kind of
Sure
neat.
thing.
That is a news headline from somewhere in this world.
At WeirdGiftOfTheDay.com, we help you get ready for all the fun holidays throughout the year with fun, silly, and just plain weird gift ideas for your friends. If you have a friend who has a bizarre sense of humor, we've got a gift for them. WeirdGiftOfTheDay.com posts a link to something that will make you smile each and every day. Whether you buy these weird gifts or not, it's worth checking out just for a smile. WeirdGiftOfTheDay.com. That's WeirdGiftOfTheDay.com.
Now some weird news brought to you by WeirdGiftOfTheDay.com. Not one, but two bizarre chicken stories today. So this is one, and we'll have another here in a little
stories.
bit. A brotherly argument over some chicken turned violent when a Florida man threw a knife at his brother.
Okay.
Yeah. The weapon got stuck in the victim's leg. 19-year-old
Lord.
Messiah Harris Smith facing felony aggravated battery charge in connection with the June 14th incident. The victim, who told police he didn't want his brother prosecuted, is going to need to receive stitches. According to an arrest affidavit, it doesn't really talk a whole lot more about the chicken argument, but he did plead not guilty, was released on his own recognizance, and was arrested for allegedly pushing and threatening to kill his mother during an argument in their
gosh.
home earlier in the year. So
Sounds like a
anger management
an
issues,
interesting
probably.
family.
So anyway, prosecutors back then decided not to pursue misdemeanor battery charges. He's 6'1", 250 pounds, and again, he's a 19-year-old kid.
Whoa.
And they're going, yeah, somebody needs to do something. So,
Yep, for sure.
boy, oh boy. It's weird news brought to you by WeirdGiftOfTheDay.com.
John and Heidi.
Now your moment of duh, brought to you by RadioSavings.com. We had a story a little bit ago about a brother who got in a fight with his brother over
Right,
chicken.
over chicken.
Well, now it's a woman who got in a fight with her boyfriend over chicken. 43-year-old Jennifer Booth struck her 56-year-old boyfriend in the face with a plate of chicken.
Okay, how old?
She's 43, he's 56.
Oh, okay.
So she cooked some dinner. She was not, for whatever reason, happy for some reason, very upset. Became violent during an argument, picked up her plate of chicken and threw it in the face of the man. The man called 911. She was arrested and booked. Released on a $500 bond. Has 3 prior arrests, most recently in 2015. It says the victim, they share a surname, and a pretrial service lists her as single, though. So I don't know what that means. So they both have the same last name, and they're dating. So I don't know if they used to be married. I have no idea.
Okay.
A lot of stuff going on here. By the way, she's an avid hunter. Her Facebook page is stocked with pictures of her posing with animals that she shot dead, images that prompted online derision, whatever that means. So apparently people have been really mean to her. I don't know. Bizarre. It's today's moment of duh.
Early to bed, early to rise makes you healthy, wealthy, and wise. This is a great quote from Benjamin Franklin. At InsuranceChicken.com, we know a thing or two about great quotes. We help people get great insurance quotes every day. It's super simple and free to find out if we can make you healthy, wealthy, and wise. Okay, I can't guarantee that, but I can assure you we'd love to help at InsuranceChicken.com. We want to help you peck out great deals on insurance. That's InsuranceChicken.com.
Time now for Is It a Golf Course or Is It a Rehab Center? Brought to you by TimeForRehab.com. Heidi, are you ready?
I'm ready.
All right, here we go. Cold Spring Hills, Long Island, New York. Is it a golf course or is it a rehab center?
Cold
Cold Spring
I'm
Hills.
going to say golf course.
You are incorrect. It is a rehab center. Hey, you tried.
I did.
You had a 50-50 shot, and you blew
did.
it.
I did again.
That's all right. That is how we play. Is it a golf course or is it a rehab center? I got to say, by the way, we're not golfers. I just want to make sure people know that. We also have never been to rehab. So for those of you wondering, how do you get all of these wrong? Well, that is how. But that is how we play. Is it a golf course or is it a rehab center? Brought to you by timeforrehab.com.
John and Heidi.
This portion of the John and Heidi Show is brought to you by the John and Heidi Show. That sounds kind of funny, but it's true. Go to your local radio station and ask them to start carrying the John and Heidi Show. Here's the best part. They can carry the show for free. They play a couple commercials, but it doesn't cost them anything every month. So if you know a radio station that could use a little bit of help, send them our way. Send them to johnandheidishow.com. Again, johnandheidishow.com. We would love to do a radio program in your community. Then you could listen to the podcast and listen to us on the radio.
John and Heidi.
We always like to wrap things up around here with good news, and I think this is good news. It comes your way courtesy of bettercreditcards.com. This story could have had a terrible ending, but thank goodness it's a happy ending. A missing man found alive after 17 days in the wilderness. 69-year-old man in Oregon was lost in the Twin Lakes area wilderness for 17 days.
17 days.
Harry Burley reported missing back in May, and his wife failed to by his wife. She said he failed to return home after camping. Search crews went out looking for him. May 8th, they found his vehicle near a trailhead, but they couldn't find him.
Holy cow.
Worried, the wife started making signs and left food along the trails, hoping that she would find them. And there was one that says, Harry, stay here. Look for food, other side. And then, there's stuff taped there.
Right.
Big break when searchers found a tackle box and a makeshift shelter. They left a note and a lighter and told him to make a fire so they could come back and find him, when it was dark out.
Wow.
Took him another 6 hours to get out. Week later, rescuers discovered another makeshift shelter southwest of the original one. They started shouting for him. He was found to be walking and complaining of minor pain, but in stable condition.
Wow.
The outcome is exactly what they were hoping for. He's okay. Temperatures were getting down to the 20s yet, and there was even some snow. So this is back, a little bit ago. He told searchers, not researchers. He told searchers he kept doing this one day at a time, one step at a time for the love of his family and everything else.
Wow.
And he said, so that mindset, that winning mindset, I think played a big role. So,
that is insane.
yeah, holy cow. That could have been terrible. So one of the things I got to say is I'm not a hiker, and maybe that's why. So just be careful.
I couldn't last 7 hours, I don't think. I would rather not. No, thank you.
Me neither. Yeah, he was out there for 17 days.
Wow.
So just be careful. If you're going out into the woods or you're doing any of that kind of thing, make sure you got some sort of plan, because if you don't, that could be really bad. Time to say goodbye, Heidi.
Goodbye, Heidi.
Goodbye, everybody. Have a great day. Thanks for listening to the John and Heidi Show on a Friday.